time, so we're going to make it short. We're looking for a fastball cahillet. 20 minutes. Okay. It's my minute, says over here in the bottom. Who got the chok out of Shlita? And, it was edited, right, in English? And, higher? Okay. And the second thing is, the Rebbe gave it out, and the Rebbe gave it out for $2, and with a piece of lekach. And when they were refarsing the Maimon, the Rebbe says, "V'yirotzu sheyichol kol haretzuya." Fine. So we'll start. We're going to try to cover a few pieces, a few parts. It's not shy to do the whole thing in 20 minutes. Basically, over here, he starts with a few questions. First of all, he asks, why is Moshe the mitzvah? He asks, why does it say they bring the oil to Moshe Rabbeinu? It's supposed to bring it to Aaron. Aaron was the one lighting the menorah. Also, he asked the question, why did it say that the Shem is causing Slamoyim? Should have said Lahoyim. It's not to become a source of light, it's the light itself. Light is coming out of the oil, even though the oil is not lighting, but at least it's in order to give out light, not just to be in a state of amoy. Then he asks the question, why does it say me'erev boiker? Here it says the house there Tomid, and later it says it's only me'erev boiker. Why over here, when we speak about bringing the oil to Moshe Rabbeinu, it's the house there Tomid. This is Shas, this is the Maimon everyone learned. I know there's a Yid that learns every day a piece of this Maimon. Every day he looks in this mind for 10 minutes, he learns the mind. The mind that I gave out, Anoshim Noshim B'Taf, everyone shaycht it, and it's the last mind that was Muge. So if you want, you could say that here in this mind that I was explaining what is Moshe Rabbeinu. What's the Va'ata Tetzav? Although there's another mind, Lahovani and Ashbi. But this mind the Rebbe says, what's Va'ata Tetzav? The Rebbe explains, what is Va'ata Tetzav? So he explains, Va'ata Tetzav, he says, Tzav is not a commandment, rather a connection. Moshe Rabbeinu connects the Yidden with the Eibishter himself. And through the fact that Moshe connects the Yidden with the Eibishter, this adds into Moshe. He brings the Moshe that says that Sheish himself, Rag Le'omer Shanechi B'kir B'Yidden are Moshe Rabbeinu's feet. Moshe Rabbeinu is the head, we all know from Tani Perek Beis, there's a Koyma Achas, and every Yid is a different part of the Koyma. The Reish B'nai Yisrael, the Eibishter, the Rebbe is giving out Keiches, giving Keiches through the Reish, to the B'nai Yisrael, till every Yid gets Chayes from Moshe Rabbeinu. Like in other places explain that the Mashpoch is Gashmi is come from Moshe, we'll explain later also a little bit Kitzer, and Ashpoch Yisruch, everything comes from Moshe, like it says, the whole world is getting sustenance through Bishvil, through Chanilu B'ni. All the Ashpois come from Moshe. He says over here that just like a person, the feet take the head to a place where the head on its own cannot get, so to Moshe and Yidden, that the Yidden added in Moshe Rabbeinu. How do they add in Moshe? It's the feet, just like the feet of a person. True, the feet takes the person where a person can't go on its own, but it's self-understood that who is leading the feet, who is giving the highest to the feet to go, that all is happening from the head. And upon this in the Moshe already, Mirum is what he's going to say at the end of the Maimon too. Upon him, he concludes, after the Tzavos B'nai Yisrael, you should tell them, you should connect them to the Eibishter, and through this, they will bring you, they will add it to Moshe Rabbeinu. What does this mean? What is he giving it to the Yidden? What is the Yidden giving it to Moshe Rabbeinu? So he starts saying, what is Moshe Rabbeinu? Moshe Rabbeinu is called Raya Mehem. And there's two pirush. The first pirush is 5 words. Shorei Nemo Shei Yisrael. Agetraye Pastach, which means a faithful shepherd. He takes care. This is the first thing. The rest of the Maimon goes all about the second pirush. The first pirush, the Moshe Rabbeinu is a trustworthy, a faithful shepherd taking care of all needs of the Yidden. Gashmis, Ruchnis, everything is coming from Moshe Rabbeinu. And he cares about them, and whenever I heard a story later that someone was saying that, said the name of Melech Tzvibel, he was a Bochen, with Mirat HaShidduch, and he wasn't interested. So it was off. the Kallahs aside, they came to the Rebbe and they said to the Rebbe, what should we do? We want the shidduch. So the Rebbe said, wait till after the summer. In the summer was a Melech's birthday, so he came to Yechidus to the Rebbe. He had questions, nothing to do with the shidduch. He had a Avodas Hashem. Then the Rebbe asked him, what's with the shidduch? The demon did so and so. And you can imagine this shidduch happened. So the Rebbe told them in Yechidus that they should wait till after the summer, because the Rebbe knew it's going to be his birthday, and he's going to come into Yechidus V'Imoledus. And the Rebbe, the best time to do it, the best way to, the Astachman would be, and in Yechidus, so he waited for the Yechidus in order to be able to take care of business, so to speak. So he said, so much people, and this book, the Rebbe should remember his birthday. So this is just a one dogma. When every person has their vovis dogma, it's just saying one prat. When we think like really a insignificant concept, and we should how it's negated. He takes kiposh megash on each individual level, on each person's level, on all details. This is the erste. Then it says the second thing, that what? That he gives them, he feeds them emunah. What does it mean? He feeds them the emunah. Chul Yid is a maimin. I mean, a b'nei maimin. So it says that emunah could be a makif together, which means, like it's brought down in many places. Over here, it doesn't bring it down in the maimin, but in many places, it's brought down. It's not just the ganva pumachtar trachmona karye. It's every person in his life. Pumachtar trachmona karye. Whatever it is, I'm not going to get into details, but it's mentioned in many places of Siddur, and this Maimon doesn't mention. Akoponim, the Nekuda is that he believes in the Eibishter, but till a certain place. It doesn't penetrate his whole, in all his areas in life. And Moshe Rabbeinu, what is he? Feeding this Amunah, that this Amunah, which a Yid believes anyways, because he's a Yid, it should penetrate him fully. And he brings from the Zohar that this Amunah, which every Yid has, through Moshe, we should be able to feed off it. So then he continues, that we say, this what Moshe Rabbeinu has this feature that he gives. He feeds the Amunah. It's not just the Moshe Rabbeinu, it's in every generation too. And he brings in the idea of, it says, Mordechai b'dei k'Moshe b'dei. That him too, he strengthened the Amunah of the Yid, and it shouldn't just stay in their heart, it should actually come down to Pel Mamish, to the Mesiras Nefesh, to the Kai Mitzvahs, even when the Mesiras Nefesh, even to come Barabim. And that's what he gave them, this to strengthen their Amunah. The Eish should become so real to them that they should be ready to be Mesiras Nefesh. Here the Rebbe goes on to the whole thing, how it's connected with Kosas Lamoy, that the Chure, what does this have to do with Kosas Lamoy? Then you have this idea that Moshe is connecting the Yid and strengthening their Amunah. Why do we say Dafke Kosas? So the Rebbe explains, the Hagdim, that Yidden took upon themselves, Torah Mitzvah became their thing more than B'Shas Matan Torah. By Shas Gzeres Homon, why? Because there was a time of Hell of a Hester. And therefore, in order to overcome the Hell of a Hester, they had to be Mesiras Nefesh. So in that moment, it became their thing. It's not just they did Torah Mitzvah because of the Gilum Almayla, like it's explained in Chassidus that B'Shas Matan Torah there was Ave. The Eibshter showed us Ave to the Yidden. That's the Kof Aleim HaKagigis. Automatically they went and they did Torah Mitzvahs, as opposed to the time of Achashverosh, which there wasn't this Gilui Ave. There was Adrab Azman of Hell of a Hester, and still the Yidden, like it's brought down, they all died to Mashevas Chutz, not one Yid during the whole year, and they went ahead and they were Mesiras Nefesh because it became their thing. Torah and Mitzvahs is their thing. It's not shaykh them without it. So you ask, what's the connection with this? With what he said before, that he gave them the idea of that he feeds them the Amunah to become the Pnimius. What's the connection of these two things? So he explains over here, there's two ways why a Yid believes in the Eibishter. Two biyur. This is a nice area. One biyur is because Mazlayuchos in the Shom Lamayla actually sees the Eibishter. It's not something he understands, it's he sees it. He can't be makdish something that you see. That causes that the Neshama and the Guf should also have, we should believe in the Eibishter. It's not something we see, it's something we believe in. But the reason why it's so true by us, because Mazlayu Chosi, it's one thing with us. penetrates us, we're ready to be Mesa Nefesh. But then there's another being that's not because of the Ian of the course, rather because this is who the Yid is. His Kashus Atzmus. The Yid with the Eibishter is not because of something he sees, something he recognizes, which is outside of him, and therefore, if he wants, he will go after it, if not the Khmon Islam. Rather, this is the Yid. The Yid is Amun of the Eibishter. And Pavus the Maisa with the Alter Rebbe, and the Alter Rebbe asked the Meshe Velenke, was is God? He asked him 3 times. And the Meshe Velenke didn't answer. The Rebbe said, was ist Gott kann nicht wissen, aber ich kann ja wissen, als ist Avade da, und nur ist ist keine Sache, Avade nicht fahren. Then he asked him, what's in the Neshama? So he said, and he asked him 3 times, again, what's in the Neshama? Again, what's in the Neshama? And he didn't answer. And the Rebbe said, the Neshama is there, I don't know the exact word, Loshen, it is verkocht in der Minion. As no else van is there is geen zaak niet van. That's a neshama. It's not something. This is a neshama. So the male, that's his mitzias. That's why he's Mesa Nefesh, because this is him. And he says, since this is him, so then even when the neshama comes down on a goof which he doesn't experience the reality of the neshama l'maylo, but still it penetrates. This is him. It's not shaykh. He shouldn't be Mesa Nefesh. So this connection that a Yid has, in this higher level of Amunah, this is what Moshe Rabbeinu brings to be Megala by the Yid. And in this there's 2 stages, there's 3 types. 3 stages, 3 Ifanim, how this Amunah could play. One even is Mesiras Nefesh. That the goal of Yid is Mesa Nefesh, it's not Shaykh Sandish. Kol Adenis, Yid were Mesa Nefesh, we felt the time of the Maimon, like the Rebbe brings out. In that time they were Mesa Nefesh B'Peil. The Friedrich would tell people to go to a place, not al das that will last. And he won't last. The kach have it. The Rebbe explains how this is even a greater Mesiras Nefesh than to go himself on Mesiras Nefesh. But upon that's the way it was. Then there is another level. Moshe Rabbeinu brings the Amunah of a Yid into his das. That not only because I realize this is my Metzias, that Eibishter, therefore I'm ready to give myself away. I'll do everything what Eibishter tells me, but more than that. I understand what I believe. It's not that I'm utilizing all my faculties, all my keches for the Eibishter. It's more than that. I understand what I believe. It's something that became my thing. Which is, if you want, that's the Yidden of Chabad. Chabad is not just to believe in the Eibishter. The Mele will do everything for the Eibishter. It's all for the Baal Shem Tov. That the Yidden are ready to make an effort for the Eibishter. But more than that, it should become something penetrating the person's seichel, his mitzias, which the ultimate mitzias of the person is the seichel, his way of thinking, his way of looking at things. That itself should be mechayev elikus. That's the level of Moshe Rabbeinu, the day that they got a das in elikus. That's the of Chabad. Then there is a third thing that Rebbe explains. This book, why is it connected with the Etzem Mitzis? Since the Etzem Mitzis of Yid is elikus, we never explained. Since this is the Etzem of the Yid, that this is who he is, so that it's impossible that there should be parts of him which shouldn't be they shouldn't be able to take in this reality. Therefore, even the seichel of the person will also be mechayev. In other places, the Rebbe explains how one has to come after the other. Right? The Alter Rebbe came after the Baal Shem Tov. Only after there is like the Rebbe brings it again to the Pirush of Baal Shem Tov that the Alter Rebbe brings. And the Pasuk Leilam Avayit Dvorch Mitzvah Shamayim. That there's a Dvar Avayit in every nivra. First, the Alter Rebbe brings the Medrash, the Pasuk, Azay the Mitzis. Then he brings it down to Seichel. Because in order to bring it down to Seichel, first has to be the Amunah. Only then can we work on bringing it down. This all comes the Keich from the Rebbe. Now there's a third way. Not only is he ready to utilize the Mitzis for the Eibishter, more than that, he understands the Eibishter. It penetrates him in the Seichel. But sof, which part of the Eibishter, what is he connecting? How is he connecting to the Eibishter? So the Rebbe says the most he's connecting is the Amunah of the Iyah Shalamayla Me'aseichel. True, the reason why I'm connecting, I'm involved, and I can comprehend and make sense to me in Yom Shalamayla Me'aseichel because that's who I am. But the end, what am I in touch with? Only the Gidri HaSeichel, so to speak. It's coming down in Seichel, Hefet, in Seichel, Echeron, Hefet, my Seichel is Mechayev, there's something greater than me. I realize it. It's a reality, it makes sense to me, it It penetrates my understanding. But does it penetrate the person? To which degree does it penetrate the person? Does it touch him to the core that he can't stand? He can't live without the lakus. That's the third level. That's the level which explains the uftu of the achar gzeira. There is no gzeira. Everything is fine. Learn chassidus, medabet chassidus. It's beautiful. Life is at the best, the peak. It's the gashmis, the ruchnius. Everything is nice. Then after that came the kibbul hayehudim, a deeper level. Even achar hanes, still there's a deeper level, a deeper connection to the Eibishter, which before they didn't experience. And what is that? So the Rebbe explains by Arichas how that is the recognition that a Yid realizes he's in Golus. It's not something, in other words, as gate in the Stein, the Gashmus in the Ruchnis. He can be satisfied that this is it. The Lashon of the Rebbe's Maimon, you have it in Siftes, in Goanyino, it says like this. When a Yid gets a bracha from Golus, why is it a bracha the fact that it's in Golus? Because that's his metzias. Every single Yid wants that they should be, the Eibishter should be begol, should be revealed. Not just he wants it, it's a good thing, it's a nice thing. It's in such a way, he says, the etzem metzius of the Yid is that there should be gilei lakus. Therefore he says, the fact that in the time of Golus, of exile, we don't have God's presence revealed, like at the time of the Beis Hamikdash. And especially, he says, when he thinks into the fact that if whoever the Beis Hamikdash was not built in his days, it's as if it actually was, everyone knows the Sicha. Wie Leva Even, steht in der Hart, und steht Leva Even, wird heute Beis Hamikdash. The Kern der Welt, everyone knows the Sicha. So in Zahatzme, he's in Ganzen zu trace it. He doesn't find place, he doesn't find peace in himself. He can't go further. Even when we're speaking, he says he goes weiter, he has a little bias. But the fact that there's a place in the world where the Eibishter is not revealed is a raya that even by him he's not ultimately connected with the Eibishter. There's limitations between him and the Eibishter. There's a hell, there's a place where the Eibishter is not totally revealed to him. And since his Metzias is the Eibishter, it's not something in addition, he'll have a better day, he'll have a greater situation. That is who he is. The Mele, better in Ganzen zu trace for that. How does he have this? So the Rebbe explains that's from the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe would say, he would say many times, all the way says before davening, he would even fall on the floor, and he would say, ich will sich gar nicht, ich will nicht ein Ganeden, ich will nicht ein Elam haben, ich will mehr nicht als dich allein. And then he would start saying, hey, Baal Shem Kiddush Shmei. That's what he says in a few places. And he said, because the Alter Rebbe says this gave a power that at least some Efes Kotzeyu, every Yid, here doesn't say the word Efes Kotzeyu, but here it says, Nitakech, Kol Echad Ech Misro, She'ikir Yitzeni Yid Gilei Atzmus. Ad Klikach, if you don't have it, he's not satisfied. He can't go weiter. He's in Ganzen Situation, and he's constantly asking the Eibishter that he wants to have this situation. Why is it? Why is it? Because by him is made the Etzem HaNeshama, which is connection with the Eibishter, is not an additional thing, not something he sees, not something he realizes. This is him. The Rebbe explains that this is even greater, like I said before, this is greater than Mesiras Nefesh. You can have Mesiras Nefesh, but it's not the person himself. It doesn't penetrate in his day-to-day life. When he's not in a case that he has to overcome the KGB or wherever someone's going to hunt him if he does a mitzvah. Everything is good. He's in America. Everything's fine. Everything is comfortable. No one's telling him not to do mitzvahs. Everything is fine. He's comfortable. He has his things. He has everything he needs. Begashmias and even Meruchnias. The fact that he should be in a state that is in Ganzen Stress, he can't sit. He can't be proud, so to speak. He can't be comfortable with where he is. That's because the Etzem HaNeshama of the Yid is revealed, not just the Etzem HaNeshama which sees the Eibishter, rather the Etzem HaNeshama Mamish, and it penetrates even his understanding, even his cognitive, and even his feeling. How does that happen? How could that happen? So the Rebbe explains there's two diagrams in the Etzem HaNeshama. If we speak about the Etzem HaNeshama, then we say the pure connection to the Eibishter, L'mayla Mitam Vadas. That's one connection to the Eibishter. Then there is the connection to the Eibishter, which has no definition. There is no way to connect. The etzem neshama the losh of mishum sheshes ba'atzmus. So then over there,